Storytime afraid of what he might do. When I was in college, I had this roommate that scared the crap out of me. Whatever you're thinking, it's worse than that. Right away he was really strange, but nothing that sounded alarm bells. Then I started to notice no matter what time I went to sleep, my roommate went to sleep after me, and no matter how early I woke up, he was already awake. I started going to sleep later, and waking up earlier, but it didn't matter. After almost a month of being roommates, I never actually saw him sleep. It started to make me really uncomfortable, because who doesn't sleep? I know it's wrong to look through other people's things, but I was really creeped out and I needed some answers. I started with his desk drawers, and I couldn't find anything, so I went over to his closet, and what I found sent a heavy sinking feeling all through my body. There in the bottom drawer were zip ties, duct tape, and a box that had a padlock on it. I didn't know what to do, or what to think, so I basically pretended I never saw it. Then that night my roommate was on his way out when he stopped, and said something that made my heart feel like it was trying to escape out of my chest. Without even looking at me, he told me to never look through his things again. I seriously felt like my life was in danger, so the very next day, I put in a request to be moved to a different room. I thought I would just have to wait a couple of weeks and it would all be over, but then it got worse. One night I came back to my room really late and I learned what my roommate was using the zip ties for. Turns out he was zip tying himself to his bed at night because he was afraid of what he might do. Storytime face mask. I used to have this friend named Adam in middle school, and I don't think I'll ever forgive him for what he did to me. We were both a little weird, so I tried not to be too judgmental when he did certain things. But one night he took weird to a whole new level. Neither one of us could make other friends, so we pretty much did everything together. On Halloween it was obvious that we would dress up together and go trick or treating together. We went back and forth for a while about what we wanted our costumes to be when Adam told me he had these really cool masks. I was tired of arguing about it, so I just agreed. I was at Adam's house, so I asked him if I could see them. He got all weird and said something about them being in his parents' room, which was a room we weren't allowed to go in. I knew he was lying, but I told him to just bring them to school the next day. We meet up at school, and he didn't have the masks. I waited until a week before Halloween, and still I had no idea what the masks looked like. I got a little frustrated and pretty much told Adam if he didn't show me the masks by the next day, I was gonna get a new costume. He told me the masks were awesome, and I could look at them the next day. When I got to his house after school, there were two of the creepiest masks I have ever seen in my life on the kitchen table. I couldn't wait to try it on, but Adam stopped me and explained that they were fragile, and I needed to be careful. That's when I noticed the back of the mask was sewn up with a thick thread, and it made me really uncomfortable. When I tried the mask on, it was wet and stuck to my skin a little, and there was this really weird smell. It didn't smell bad, but it was kind of chemically. I asked Adam why it was wet and what the smell was. He told me they were in storage, so he washed them. Halloween night came, and we wore our masks, and the night was going great. That is until my mask started to fall apart.